It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Timberwolves out in Minneapolis. Minnesota's been playing with a lot of focus. They have been a team on a mission this season. Best record in the NBA. We're getting deep into the schedule now, and they continue playing dominant basketball. After fighting so many battles to keep the Kings in Sacramento, they are set to open up a new arena for the start of next season. Shaq, you've been involved with the Kings. How big was this for the city?
Well, it firmly establishes the Kings in Sacramento for years to come. Sacramento. The design is great. It's going to be the first drop-top arena, indoor-outdoor arena. It's going to be fabulous. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, unfortunately, the house that Kenny built is going down. You know, but it's a new state-of-the-art arena downtown, so I've actually seen the construction of it. I talked to Kevin Johnson, the mayor, about it. So this is going to be a great rejuvenation for Sacramento. Sacramento.
One of the more self-serving segments we've ever done. Thanks for tuning in.
Captivating time-lapse view of the traffic on the historic 3rd Avenue Bridge, a landmark here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Knicks in New York, and they put it all together in that game. It ended up to a phenomenal win.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Sacramento, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Quincy Acy out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Collison in at the point guard position. And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers, but in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only one playoff. Only one. Count him, one. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there. You got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be completed.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Collison dishes to Acy. And, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Acy's got his first points in this one. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Rockets.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks to go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams, I thought, played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately, they were the ones who came up short.
And here's Collison after the three-pointer from Ricky Rubio. Gay outside. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. The drive by Rubio. Steps back and fires. And again, it's Minnesota.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
There's a screen. Wiggins from outside. Can't get it to go. So the Kings will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Collison following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Here's Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And that's now 7 points for Gay.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Garnett, right side. He dishes it to Towns. And again, it's Minnesota.
What great touch there on the fadeaway. Man, right in his face.
For Sacramento, they've gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Outside, Bellinelli. Another 3 for Sacramento.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Rubio against Collison. Rubio the pass to Towns. And he banks in the layup. Towns has got his second basket of the night.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist. You know, when you're bad or struggling in the West, things can go south in a hurry. I mean, the Wolves ended with the worst record in the league last year at 16-66, and a lot of those losses came in their conference.
Cousins got a hand on it. Jumps up, and it's Wiggins with the jam. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
The Kings trailing. Well, last season, the Wolves did struggle in conference, as was expected. 7-45 against the rest of the Western Conference.
Listen, nothing harder in sports than learning how to win. And there's no doubt that Minnesota took a lot of lumps as a young team last season. 3 of those conference wins that you mentioned, though, did come against playoff teams. So there's that little silver lining of hope.
Here's Rubio. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. And Rubio kicks to Garnett. And he jams it with authority.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope. It's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. And Cousins kicks to Gay. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
The Kings trail by 3. And Doris Burke spoke with George Karl. Doris?
We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thanks again, Doris.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead and in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Collison. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Offensive rebound. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 5 now.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. And again, it's Minnesota.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look. And, you know, guys, Marco Bellinelli really hit his stride 2 seasons ago. He was way up across the board as a shooter and assist man. Even his rebounding had improved over his career averages. But then last year, he took a bit of a step back.
So the Kings called timeout. They're first. Talking about Bellinelli, he won the NBA three-point shootout back in 2014. Looked like he'd perfected his stroke. That gave him, Greg, confidence in every other part of his game.
And talent is one thing, but confidence truly does trump almost everything else. And he just didn't seem to have it last season. But he has that craftiness and high-level skill set to really bounce back this year and prove that he's the real deal.
And it's blocked. And it's Rubio penetrating. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Collison. High post Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in. Cousins has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Towns, and there's a whistle. That goes on Quincy Acy. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acy. Caron Butler is checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Now here's Gay, following the miss by Kevin Martin. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Off target with his 3. Minnesota leading by 7. Outside Martin. Fires for 3. Another miss by Martin.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Now here's Towns. He's guarded closely. Can't hit from in close.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Down low, here's Gay. No good. Great D that time from Martin. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist by Wiggins. And it's 9 points here for Ricky Rubio. The Kings trail by 9. There's a good screen. The drive by Rondo. Cauley Stein passes to Caspi. Great D that time from Pekovic.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. 1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And for the Love and Wiggins trade, we knew that it could take several years to properly evaluate, but Wiggins was just so good his rookie season.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Bielitsa, he's checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. And Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
And I think that is a key part. Wiggins was so much better than anyone expected as a rookie. People figured it would take him several years to develop, but he was the most NBA-ready player of the class, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Here's Wiggins. 11-point game. Jones kicks to Muhammad. Pass to Bialica with the fadeaway. Koufos grabs the miss.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Bialica with the bucket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Jones with it. And there's the pass to Bialica. And stolen by Koufos. Outside Butler. Lets it go from 14. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Butler's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Jones kicks to Bialica. Here is Caspi, defended by Jones. Cauley-Stein dishes to Rondo. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Muhammad, no luck. The Kings trail by 5. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked really strong and together.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Sacramento's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Rondo passes to Caspi. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. That one on Muhammad.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage, so they might have been justified in that.
Well, last season, Greg, another year without playoff basketball in Sacramento. A shame to see some of the best fans in the NBA not be a part of the postseason.
That's a great point, Kevin. Now, 9 straight years where the Kings have failed to make the postseason. 29-win seasons aren't going to get you very far when you're battling in the West.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Kings trail by 5. And here's Rondo. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And the rejection by Jang. 2 on the clock. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Timberwolves have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Muhammad hits them both. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves lead by 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
The Kings trail by 7. Martin out on the wing with Muhammad. Gorgie Dang is out there with Garnett. And it's Levine in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now here's Gay. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Houston. To the paint. Here's Martin. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. All alone. Levine, good. Levine's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Minnesota.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Screen by Cousins. The drive by Gay. Shot's good. Gay's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Levine. He picked up 21 points in their last win against New York. Fades and shoots. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Collison kicks to Gay. Wide open. That's good. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Levine kicks to Martin. Dishes it to Jang. The leaner inside. And the rejection by Cousins. The drive by Collison. Muhammad with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Muhammad with the ball. Levine, good. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. If they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they're mistaken. Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it, Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and he's been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
Sacramento with the ball. After the miss from Kevin Garnett. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. For Darren Collison, played a career-high 35 minutes a game last year. Seemed to help him find his rhythm, Greg, on offense.
And his coach had confidence in him, and boy, did he deliver. Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that hip injury shut him down after 45 games, but a positive season for him to build upon nonetheless.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Shabazz Muhammad. And for Cousins, those 20, 20, 10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since Will Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
So it's Sacramento following the 3 by Minnesota. Gay dishes to AC. The drive by Collison. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Collison's got 7 points in the game. Timberwolves leading by 6. Rubio outside. Garnett with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Here's Levine. Gets to the corner and buries it. He's got 9.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist number. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Cousins. Rebound, Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11 points. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
It's a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Levine. Collison kicks to Gay. Sacramento again missing.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
And here's Gay following the three-pointer by Andrew Wiggins. He had a nice open look right there.
Assist goes to Rudy Gay.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Rubio outside. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Now here's Collison. He has 7, lets it go from 11, and he gets it to go. Collison's got 9.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here is Rubio. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against New York.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
And Cousins comes over to help. And it's Martin missing.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. And you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And the dunk by AC.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now here's Pekovic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Puts up the baby hook, and there's another one for the Timberwolves. The Kings trail by 12. Collison kicks to Gay. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Martin from outside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 6 assists here tonight. Collison kicks to Gay. Out left to the wing. 6 to shoot. No good from Cousins.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Rudy Gay on the wing. Covered by Pekovic. Gay kicks to Collison. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Shot from the wing. That's good on the jump shot. Bellinelli's got 7.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Martin. Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's Rubio. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. 2 points. He's got 14.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Wiggins drives in, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
The Kings trail by 17. Outside Rondo. Three-pointer, Butler. No good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And it's Wiggins missing. Sacramento's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Stolen by Rubio. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Wiggins with the ball.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Rondo kicks to Caspi. Back to Rondo. They set the pick. He feeds it to Caspi. Left side, Butler. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Assist goes to Omri Caspi.
Minnesota leading by 17. Kicks to Begovic. Back to Rubio. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
To the middle. Here's Koufos. No good. Great D that time from Begovic. Minnesota's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Paulie Stein. Great D that time from Begovic. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now Rondo following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins.
You know, fellas, once he got into position under the boards, I mean, he wasn't letting anybody get around him.
Rubio with it. He's picked up by Rondo and stolen by Paulie Stein. Begovic against Rondo. Free throw line jump shot. But he stays with it. Shoots over Rubio. Again, Rondo missing.
You're not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And Bielitsa kicks to Rubio. Shoots the 3. Bielitsa with the bucket. Bielitsa's got 5 points so far.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, none too pleased with the play of his team. And you know what? They just need to get things sorted out.
Yeah, you know, there's not a coach around who would be happy with the way his guys have kind of rolled over during this run.
Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorgui Dieng's checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Rondo passes to Butler. Pass to Caspi. Back to Butler. Kings moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the King.
You know, not everything was bad for the Wolves at home. I mean, they did have several highlight reel plays and also found their way to the foul line a lot. biggest free throw differential at home in the league last season.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
And really, the problem for the Wolves at home is the same problem they had all season. I mean, their defense was atrocious. Worst field goal percentage against at home in the entire league last season. And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Rondo dishes to Cauley-Stein. Butler with room to shoot. Hits the target from 18 feet. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
There's 37 seconds left in the first half of the game. Jones against Rondo. The dish now to Muhammad. Here's Pekovic, and he banks in the layup. Pekovic has got his second bucket tonight. There's 21 seconds left here in the second. Rondo against Jones.
Hey, come on.
Now here's Rondo. He's covered closely. The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, that's a bad miss right there. I mean, you'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Timberwolves ahead, running away with this one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Ricky, what does it say about this team to have such great productivity from the bench, and what does it do for you guys as a unit?
It's amazing. That means like we have a deep bench, and then a lot of work from the staff, from the everybody of the team, like doing extra work and winning games.
Well done, Ricky. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
They obviously crushed it from deep. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, they got more than a few problems to work out, but it all starts with their defense. I know the analytical people love to point out opponent's field goal percentage, and tonight has been a big problem. They haven't defended with any purpose. They need a whole lot more activity on defense.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Really an extraordinary game for Rubio. He's got 17 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they're
Sacramento's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Bellinelli. Rudy Gay is out there with Quincy Ace. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Collison in at point guard. Ace misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Martin wide open. He fires. The three-pointer off the mark. The Kings shooting a respectable 47% for the field in this one. Now Bellinelli. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. That's good.
DeMarcus Cousins.
That's now 8 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
finally they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point. But Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Good. Minnesota's gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Doubled by Collison. Rubio with it. Picked up by Collison. Sacramento with the ball. Martin kicks to Towns. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Martin for three. Kept alive, Minnesota. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Takes the three. It's Martin again for three. Martin's got 6 points in the quarter.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now here's Gay. He's got 11. And the wide-open shot from Collison. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Wiggins against Collison. Kicks it out to Rubio. And that one comes up a bit short.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Kevin Martin on the wing. Unloads. Again, Martin missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Sacramento again missing. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Cousins comes over to help. Here's Towns. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is. Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
Timeout called by the Kings. And back to Ricky Rubio for a moment, who certainly is the hub of what this team does, averaging over 8 assists a game for his career through last season. If he can stay healthy, gain some weight, this is the guy to watch.
It really is. And listen, they're also built now for him because they got those great athletic wings. And if he can shoot it a little bit better, I mean, I think he's going to have more opportunities to spread the floor and drive and make plays. And for his first 4 seasons in the league, never hit over 38%. That's not going to get it done at the highest level.
Now here's Collison. 9 points in the game so far. Screened by Cousins. The drive by Gay to the inside. And Cousins throws it down.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what George Karl was saying to the team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Gay. The coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
And thank you, Doris. And the Timberwolves call time. Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 17. Ball's knocked loose. Martin, the pass to Garnett. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates. And, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Collison, and again it's Sacramento converting.
If you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
To the paint, here's Towns. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Kings have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
A slight rebound advantage.
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. They set the screen. Here's Bellinelli. 10 points for him. Over to the left wing. Second chance shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
A quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. Number 1, Karl Anthony Towns. Kevin Garnett third.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Both good from the line that time. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for one of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Collison dishes to Gay. Now the feed to Cousins. Low block shot on the way. The rebound by Garnett. Garnett's got 4 rebounds in this game. And finished off by Martin.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
So it's Sacramento now. After the basket by Minnesota. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Feeds it to AC, right wing. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. There's Collison. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Rubio kicks to Levine. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Levine's got 12.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Doubled by Collison. And Garnett misses.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket. That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Rubio with it, picked up by Collison. That's a 2 from Martin. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Martin's got 10 points in just the second half. Collison kicks to Gay. And he goes in for the dunk, putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Niko Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgui Dieng comes in for Kevin Garnett. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acy. Caron Butler's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Sacramento's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Here is Caspi, covered by Pekovic. There's a screen. That's a 2 from Butler. Rebound by Dieng.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The Kings making a switch here. Koufos is checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player he showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Now here's Rondo following the shot by Caron Butler. Here's Levine. 12 points for him. Passes it to Jones. Top of the key. Koufos with the block. Now Caspi. He kicks it to Koufos. He dishes it to Caspi. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start.
Now here's Rondo. Floats one up, and he lays it up and in. Rondo's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
A shot by Rondo is no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up. It's shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Rondo following the 3 by Minnesota. They set the pick. Pass to Koufos. Shot clock at 5. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And a quick look at the numbers for Rajon Rondo. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times.
The stupendous finish in traffic. That's 7 points for Tyus Jones.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, where they have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Timberwolves shooting the ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. For the three, Sacramento grabs the miss.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Now here's Rondo. He's got 6. Inside to end the run, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. Shoot one more at the free throw line. Minnesota making some changes. Bjelica is checked in for Nikola Pekovic, and Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Levine. And for Kosta Koufos, Clark, so far he hasn't had that breakout year. He has been kind of in the shadow of Marc Gasol on that front line for Memphis.
Yeah, but he's understood his role, and he's done a nice job. He did start 81 games for Denver a few seasons ago, Kevin, but I think he's very comfortable as a backup. He's one of those guys who's just effective in limited playing stints.
Sacramento's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Rondo kicks to Cauley-Stein, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You know, he's got a lot of length, and right there, he needed every inch of it.
That's true, G.A. You're right. You know, we really don't know that much about him in that department, but my goodness, when he gets up, he can go.
Yeah, he can still punch it when he wants to, though. We saw that, didn't we, fellas?
Rondo can't get it to go. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Bjelica is out there with Jang. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Jones in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And he gets it to go. The Kings shooting well. They're at 45%. Stockton passes to Anderson. Outside Butler. Anderson dishes to Casper. Kings moving the ball around. Butler kicks to Koufos. 5 on the clock. Caspi passes to Butler. Good on the triple.
Butler.
Minnesota shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Jones kicks to Bjelica. Shot is off, and the Kings going the other way now. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Stockton against Jones. Here's Caspi, and the Kings check on 2 more. Here's Jones. And he gets the bucket.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Sacramento's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Outside Butler. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basket.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking